Guys, Caleb here, and today we're going to be going over some James Bond set ideas that I had.
Bond. James Bond.
A little bit of background information. LEGO's only released one LEGO James Bond set, the LEGO Creator Expert Aston Martin DB5, an incredible LEGO set, personally probably my favorite LEGO set I own. But they've only ever released this James Bond set. This was the only James Bond set to ever exist. For some reason, LEGO only made one. This was 2 or 3 years ago. For 3 years, we're in 2021, and we still haven't gotten any more James Bond sets besides this, which is kind of weird because LEGO has the license from James Bond to make James Bond sets, and they haven't done anything further with it, which is weird. Doesn't really look like we're getting any James Bond sets anytime soon, if ever. I thought I might just come up with a few ideas that I had for what they could exactly make for LEGO James Bond sets. Ideas I had that I think would be cool if we saw a set based off of it. Really, James Bond started in like 1963 and is still going all the way until today, with No Time to Die being released this fall. So there's really a ton of James Bond movies, and it started all the way back in the 60s. So LEGO could really make sets based off the older ones and the newer ones, sort of like they do with Star Wars, where they have Star Wars sets based off the newer movies, but they also have ones based off the original ones. I think would be cool to see in a James Bond wave. It's sort of cool if we saw like maybe a set from Dr. No with like Honey Rider, although I don't really think LEGO would ever release a Honey Rider minifigure. It would be cool if we sort of got like a set sort of like this, where you had the Shark Tank and some of the radioactive guys, and maybe just one set from the very first classic James Bond film, Dr. No. So we would need a couple sets from Goldfinger, which is pretty much like the most famous James Bond movie. I think like they already made this set, and it was mostly based off Goldfinger. That's what the car was mostly in. I think it would be cool if we saw like a play scale version of this with minifigs, and we kind of got like the car that was chasing him, and maybe like the gate or something. It'd be epic if we saw a play scale version of the Aston Martin. That would be super cool. If we're talking LEGO James Bond, we need to have the Goldfinger scene where he's pretty much got him on the table, and that's pretty much the most famous scene in any James Bond movie. I think LEGO would need to make that. I already pretty much made a mock-off of it, and I think it'd be cool if we saw something like that in a $20 or $30 scale, and I think that would be a really cool set to see from LEGO. Skip forward about a decade, I think it would be really cool to see that car from The Spy Who Loved Me that can actually go like underwater. I think that's a really cool car, and I think it'd be epic if you can have wheels, but you could somehow switch them out for those like fins, so you could actually have it in like submarine form. I think that would be really cool, along with a Roger Moore like James Bond minifig would be cool. A little chase set that would be cool to see is from the movie You Only Live Twice, one of the very first ones with Sean Connery. I think it'd be cool if we saw that little like yellow helicopter he has, and maybe another helicopter chasing him. I think that'd be like a cool $30 set where you get two helicopters sort of facing off each other. I think that's a pretty cool scene in the movie, and I think it'd be cool to get his little yellow helicopter. I also think it'd be neat if we got some like from the newer movies with Daniel Craig and stuff. I think it'd be really cool if we had a series of sets based off the newer movies. Obviously, it'd be really cool if we got No Time to Die ones, because No Time to Die is coming out this fall. However, they haven't really seen the movie yet, so it'd be a little bit hard for them to get sets on it, and nobody really knows what the movie's going to be about except for like what's in the trailer, so it'd be a little hard to make sets off of that. Epic if we got a Casino Royale set, basically like the whole casino. It's pretty much one of my favorite James Bond movies, and I think it'd be really cool if we got that whole casino, because that's such an iconic scene. I think it'd be really neat if we got it sort of like the Mos Eisley Cantina, where it like folds open. However, I think it'd be cool if the casino table was in the middle, and sort of the side sections with the bar and everything kind of folded out, but the main casino part and the gambling table and everything was in the middle. I think that would be a super cool set to see, and one I would definitely want to pick up. With all the different gamblers and James Bond and Le Chiffre and everybody there, I think that would be an incredible set. Quite a few ideas for the movie Skyfall, pretty much my favorite James Bond film, the 2012 film Skyfall. I feel like there's a lot of cool sets and ideas I have for this film. If we got the opening scene where they're on the train, and there's that whole entire chase scene on the train, I feel like it'd be epic if we got Moneypenny in her Jeep with her gun and everything, so she's shooting from the side, and maybe like a train car too, one of them that's like ripped apart from when it just like walks in it when it's ripped apart. And, Bond and somebody to fight on top. I think that would be a super cool set to see a Jeep in that. with like more of an $80 to $100 range would be a super cool set to see. Favorite idea that I had was to pretty much make an entire MI6 set. I think that would be incredible. So based off the MI6 headquarters, you would pretty much need M's office. You would need the little like room next to the office where Moneypenny and her desk and the waiting room's at. And then maybe the best part would be the entire Q lab, Q branch, whatever it's called, where you have Q and all of his gadgets and pretty much the testing room for all the epic spy gadgets, maybe a car or two in there, and all sorts of spy gadgets in there. I think it'd be epic if we got, like, feel like it'd be cool if we got, like, one from the old and one from the new, so, like, an old version of M, and then the newer M, and then an old version of Q, and the newer Q, an old version of Bond, and the newer Bond, old version of Moneypenny, and the newer Moneypenny. That way you could pretty much make them based off the 60s, or make it to do, like, date to date. Sort of cool if they did it in the style of this new Friends set that came out, where I feel like that'd be a really cool style, because you could kind of have the hallway in the section, and you could just kind of make separate rooms instead of making an entire building. Just do 2 or 3 of the main iconic rooms in MI6. It'd be cool to see the scene in Skyfall where he's pretty much like battling that guy and going like shooting that other assassin in that like skyscraper, and there's all those crazy colors and waves and stuff going on. That'd be a pretty cool set to see for sure. You need to see Bond's house where he pretty much sets all the traps for that blondie. Silva, pretty much my favorite James Bond villain of all time. Pretty much like the Joker of the 007 universe. I feel like we would need to see a minifigure of him because he's such a kick-butt character. And it'd be really cool to see a figure of him just somewhere in this line for sure. Spectre, the 2015 one, I think it'd be really cool if we saw the Aston Martin DB10, one of my favorite James Bond cars. Pretty much like a cleaner version of the Aston Martin DB5, a very, very cool looking car, and I think it'd be really cool if we just got a model of this car, because I think it's an incredible car. There you have it. Those are pretty much the ideas I had for James Bond sets. I think it really is a shame that LEGO hasn't made more James Bond sets, because I want them so bad. Like, I would try and buy almost all of them, because I'm such a huge James Bond fan, and it's really a shame that we have not gotten more James Bond sets yet, which is, I don't know, it's just really disappointing. Time though, it is kind of fun to speculate and think about what sets exactly LEGO could make, and I feel like it'd just be really cool if we got a wave of James Bond sets. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite look like it's happening anytime soon, but it is sort of cool to think about what exactly it could look like. Brick Productions, sign off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my newest videos, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.